They took Jesus. I shouldn't have been asleep. Judas came with 600 guards. And he took our Lord. He came up to him and said, Rabboni, Rabbi. Kissed him on his cheek like a coward. I don't know what they've done with him. I don't know where he's at. But I'll follow him. Even to a cross. We should have known not to trust him. I've got to go be with him. I don't know what they're going to do to him. Or whether they're going to crucify him, or flog him, or maybe just flog him and send him out. I do know this. I will follow him wherever he goes.
I was his most devoted. I was always there by his side, the leader and the disciples. I never looked aside. I told him, Lord, I will be with you until the end. And he told me tonight at that supper, he said, Peter, you will deny me 3 times. You will hear that rooster crow. And I said, Lord, no. I'd be with you. I will be with you until the end, till death. And I kept my word. I tried. We were at the garden, just praying. And Judas, the traitor we should have known all along, he brought all of those guards. He kissed him. A guard reached for my Lord, and I drew my sword. I cut his ear off. I was not going to let them take him. I couldn't just sit by. Yet my Lord himself rebuked me. He willingly went, and it made no sense. Everyone ran, but not I. I followed. At a distance, but I followed. I was not going to leave his side. And so we came to Caiaphas' house, the high priest. John went in. They wouldn't let me go. So I stayed behind the courtyard. And I joined the men at the fire. And we talked about the day's events. The night goes on. I don't know what's happening. This servant girl, she comes up to me. And I see and feel out of the corner of my eye her staring at me. I try to ignore, but she pipes up. She says, I know you. You were one of them, weren't you? You were with him. Now was my chance to stand boldly with my Lord like I promised him. I had just cut a man's ear off, and yet I cowered before this servant girl. I said, "No, you're mistaken, girl. Not I. I don't know the man." She walks away. The night goes on. The men were standing around, continuing with our conversation. And just in the midst of it, she comes up again. That same girl. And she comes right into my face and says, that was you. I know it was you. You were there those 3 years. Again, I had another chance. And in front of these men, I panicked. I said, "Girl, you are mistaken. I never knew the man." An hour passes. I think I've settled the issue. We keep talking. And I notice one of them grows silent. And I notice how the corner of my eye starts to stare at me across the firelights. I avoid eye contact. I try to turn. And it interrupts. And he said, "It was you. You were there. I saw you travel in these 3 years. Your Galilean accent, it deceived you. You were there." And I lost it. I panicked. I was scared. And I said, "No! I don't know the man. Let me be eternally damned if I knew him." And I hear the rooster crow. It was at that moment I turned around. And they lead my Lord out into the courtyard. And he looks at me. That same look. Those 3 years ago, when he called me. He changed my name to Peter. It was that same look in his eyes. And I knew I had failed him. I failed my Lord.
They crucified him. They really did. They crucified Jesus. They arrested him last night. Judas Iscariot was the one who betrayed him. I never trusted that man. He was always up to something. But never did I think he could betray Jesus. When I heard the news, I rushed to the place where they were keeping him. And I waited outside. I even saw Peter there. But I think he told you about what happened. I waited for what felt like an eternity, and then finally I saw Jesus. I thought they were going to release him, but they were taking him to Pilate. I didn't know what was going on. He was completely innocent. He had done nothing wrong. But the Jewish leaders wanted him killed. It didn't matter that he was blameless. Again, I followed and I waited. And dark grew to light, and it was morning. And Pilate finally brought Jesus back out. He had 2 men, Jesus and Barabbas, the murderer. He said, "Crowd, who should I release?" And the crowd cried, "Crucify him, crucify him, crucify him." It still rings in my ears. And they led Jesus away to be beaten. The hardest part was knowing Jesus was being beaten, but not being able to do anything about it. I heard cries from inside the praetorium. Cries as they whipped him. Cries as they pulled out his beard. And all I could do was stand there and weep with his mother Mary. When we finally brought him back out, we couldn't even recognize him. He was covered in blood. He was so weak, he couldn't even carry the cross to Golgotha, the place where they were going to murder him. When we got there, they laid the cross down, laid him on it, and drove stakes through his hands, stakes through his feet. They raised the cross, and I watched my Lord hang. Everything inside me wanted to scream. I hated these men, these soldiers who did this to him. They were so cruel and so merciless. But I stayed with his mother Mary. Jesus, he healed the sick. He brought sight to the blind. He gave me a hope and purpose. But I watched as that hope died in front of my eyes.
I did what I was told to do. I'm a soldier. No, I'm a centurion. I follow orders. That's what I do. Who are you to judge me? You can't judge me. None of you. When Jesus came out of the sky, Jesus, you call your Lord, your Savior, you released him out of Gethsemane, that was my hands you put him in. I did that. He didn't even stand up for himself. When Caiaphas was asking him questions and asking him to identify himself, he said not a word. He may have uttered, I am the one who you say I am, but did not stand up for himself, this Jesus of yours. And Peter, coward, you're weak. You disowned him not just once, twice, but 3 times. You still wouldn't stand up for this man you call your Lord. And the rest of you. When Pilate questioned him, he brought in a murderer, a straight out criminal. That was your chance. That was your chance to stand up for your Lord. But you didn't. I was there, I heard it. Crucify him. Crucify him. Crucify him. I heard it over and over again, so I did what I was told to do. How dare you judge me? I beat the man. Yes, those were my men that beat him. We beat him long, we beat him hard. We took clothes off of him, and we gambled it for our own monetary gain. Yeah, that was me. I took that crown of thorns and I put it on his head, but not only did I put it on his head, I bashed it onto his head until I saw blood running down his face. And we beat him some more. And nobody stood up at that time. Nobody. Rahab, how you love to hate me. Where were you when I was doing this? My men were doing this. Silent. Silent. We beat him so long and hard so you wouldn't recognize him. He couldn't even carry his own cross. Don't expect me to carry it. That's not my job. Carry your own cross. And if you can't, we'll find somebody else to carry it for you. Yeah, that was my men. We drove nails through his hands. We drove a nail through his feet and we let him hang. We let him suffocate. That was my orders. Don't judge me. It was dark. There came a time when I heard the man yell, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? And at that time, there was thunder and there was lightning. I'm told the veil in the temple split from top to bottom. Boulders and stones spread apart. My God, maybe he is the Son of Man. I'm certain he's the Son of Man. He's the Son of God. Well, my task wasn't done. Pilate asked me to go out there. He asked me to go out and verify that this Jesus of yours was dead. I didn't even have to break his legs. He's already dead. So I took my sword. I jammed it into his side until I saw water, then blood gush from it. Surely it was finished. What have I done? I may have just killed the Son of God. What have I done?